Hello everyone, Assalamu alaikum. Aim of today's video is the role of the project manager. That means we are going to discuss in this video the role, that means who is the project manager, how he is influenced the organization, what are the competency, what are the skill, what are the quality is required to be a successful project manager. So here go on. The first we have to know what is the definition of the project manager. The role of the project manager is distinct from the functional manager or the operation manager. So the functional manager is always focused on the providing management oversight for a group of people that is belongs to a functional department or a business unit. Then operational managers are responsible for ensuring that business operations are efficient, whereas the project manager is the person who is assigned by the performing organization to lead the team that is responsible for achieving the project objective. So আমরা যদি এখানে দেখি যে there is the difference between the project manager and the functional manager and the operational manager. So functional manager only focusing the people who are working under him that is belongs to with a particular business unit. Our operation manager is always responsible for ensuring the business operation is running efficiently, effectively. Whereas the project manager is assigned by a performing organizer. That means the project manager come from the outside of the organization for leading a team. That team is assigned for a project. So the project manager will be lead the team to achieve the goal of the project. So if we look here, we have to find out who is the project manager. Project manager is a leader who guide and motivate and influence the follower to achieve a common goal. According to the 3P model, the project manager is a person or the leader, second P is for follower, and third P is the goal. So project manager is a leader, is the person who is committed to a purpose and he has also some followers. So the project manager influence his followers. That means the people, second P is for the people. That means the project team member that is influenced by the project manager, and the project team will work to achieve the purpose of the project manager. That means the project manager is committed for his or her purpose, and he has the capacity to influence the people or the project team member to work for him to achieve his purpose. So this is the 3P model of the leadership. Now we look at how the project manager is influence the whole organization. So project manager fulfill the numerous roles within the spheres of influence. The roles reflect the project manager capabilities and the representative of the values and contribution of the project management profession. The role of the project manager in the various spheres influence shown in the following figure. If we look at here, the project manager is not only influence the project team. Here in the project team, if we see the project team members and the PPM manager, that is the private public partnership manager. That means this manager is the PPM manager is responsible for the providing support for technical and the facilitation service or support. Then the resource manager who is providing the resource for the project. So he is not only influence this in the project organization level, he also influence the sponsors, then governing bodies and the steering committee and the PMO, that is project management office also. If we come to the outside of the organizations, maybe the stakeholders, the suppliers, the customer and the end user also influenced by the project manager. So this is the diagram that shows the spheres of the influence, project manager influence. Then the project manager lead the project team to meet the project objectives and the stakeholder expectation. The project manager work to balance the competing constraint on the project with the resource available. The project manager also perform the communication role between the sponsor, team members and the other stakeholders. The project manager use the soft skill, that is interpersonal skill and the ability to manage people to balance the conflicting and competing goals of the project stakeholder in order to achieve consensus. In this context, consensus means means the relevant stakeholders support the project decision and action when there is not 100% agreement. That means the project manager have to have the soft skill, that means interpersonal skill and ability to manage the people. Without this, it is not possible. It is not possible to successfully manage the project. And one research shows that 2% of the project manager as designated by their bosses and team members designated themselves by demonstrating superior relationship and communication skill while displaying a positive attitude. The positive attitude is another key of becoming a successful project manager. So the ability to communicate with the stakeholder, that means the project manager have to have the ability to communicate with the relevant stakeholders of the project. The developing a communication skill among multiple methods, verbal, written and non-verbal. The project manager have to have the communication ability. So not only the written, here's the verbal, non-verbal and written communication skill. Then creating, maintaining and adhering to communication plan and schedule. The communication predictably and consistently. Then seeking to understanding the project stakeholders' communication needs. Making communications concise, clear, complete, simple, relevant and tailored. Including the important positive and negative news. Incorporating feedback channel. These are the ability the project manager have to be a successful manager or successfully managing a project. Then the organization. So the project manager proactively interacts with the other project managers within the organization. In independent project or projects that are part of the same program may impact a project due to but not limited to following this. So demand of the same resource in the among the project, prioritization of funding, then receipt or distribution of deliverables, alignment of project goal and objectives with those of the organization. The project manager maintain a strong advocacy role within the organization. The project manager proactively interact with the manager within the organization during the course of the project. The project manager also work with the project sponsor to address internal political and strategic issues that may impact the team or the viability or quality of the project. The project manager may work towards increasing the project management competency and capability within the organization as a whole, is involved in both tacit and implicit knowledge transfer or integration initiatives. Then the project manager also works to demonstrate the value of the project management, increase acceptance of the project management within the organization, advance the efficiency of the project management office when one exists in the organization. Depending the organization structure, a project manager may report the functional manager. In other case, a project manager may also, project manager may be one of the several project manager who report to a PMO or portfolio manager or program manager who is ultimately responsible for one or more organization-wide project. Then project manager work closely with the relevant manager to achieve the project objectives and to ensure the project management plan align with the organizational portfolio and program plan. Then the project manager also work closely and in collaboration with the other roles such as organization manager, subject matter expert and those involved in the business analysis. In some situations, the project manager also may be an external consultant placed in temporary management role. So the industry, the project manager also need to know about the current trend in the industry. The role of the project manager, use the information to use the impact or apply the current project. Basically, all of the project manager have to know the current trend industry. As I am playing the role in the IT industry as a project manager, so I have to know the current stuff, what is the current trend in the IT. Who is the project manager in the civil industries? Suppose one civil engineer, he is managing a project in construction project, so he is also know about the what are the current trend, what are the current technology, what are the current tools available, what are the best method, what are the best tool technologies, and what are the policies, what are the regulations is available in the market. They need to be updated always. The project manager have to be updated. So the trends are the product and technology development, economic force and that impact the immediate project, new and changing market niche, new tools, skill and discipline, new laws and regulation and standard, process improvement and sustainability strategy. These are the things that project manager have to have? No. Always have to be updated about with the market trend or technological trend. Then professional discipline. So project manager is a role they always have to be updated their knowledge. So it is not a one time gathering the knowledge. They always we have to update it. So continuous learning is play a very important role. So continuous knowledge transfer and integration with is very important for the project manager. The professional development is ongoing in the project management profession and in other areas where the project manager maintains subject matter expertise. This knowledge transfer and integration, contribution of knowledge and expertise to others within the profession at the local, national and global level. And the communities of practice international organization. Then participating in training, continuing education and development in the project management professional or in university or PMI in a related profession, system engineering, configuration management, in other profession, information technology, aerospace. So as a project manager, project management professional, we have to be always in the continuous learning and integration with our knowledge. So this is a project manager competency. According to PMI, the project manager competency development framework to the skill needed by a project manager, the use of the PMI talent through the use of the PMI talent triangle. The triangle focus on the three key areas. That areas technical project management, leadership and strategic and business management. So technical project management means the knowledge, skill and behavior related to the specific domain of the project, program and portfolio. The technical aspect is performing one's role. That means that if I am a project manager in IT, so I have the knowledge of, I have to have the knowledge of that domain in the IT domain. That is my technical project management skill, the competency I need. So if someone want to be a project manager in the civil industry or construction industry, then he needs the knowledge of the civil domain. So another one is the leadership skill. Then the skill, the knowledge, skill and behavior needed to guide, motivate and direct team to help an organization to achieve its business goal. So another knowledge or skill that is required to be a leader. So to be a leader, that means he needs to be a project manager. The project manager have to manage the team, to motivate the team, to direct the team. So he needs the project manager needs the skill and knowledge of the leadership. Then the last one is the strategic and business management. The knowledge of and expertise in the industry and organization that enhance the performance and better delivering business outcome. So these are the three things the project manager should have. Then first one is the technical project management skill. The technical project management skill are defined as the key to effectively apply the project management knowledge to deliver the desired outcome of program or project. There are numerous technical project management skills such as focus on the critical technical project management element for each project they manage. This focus is as simple as having the right artifact readily available. At the top of the list are the following: critical success factor of the project, schedule the selected financial report, issue log, tailoring both traditional and agile tools, techniques and method for each project, make time to plan thoroughly and prioritize diligently, manage project element including but not limited to schedule, cost, resource and skill, resource and risk. Then strategic and business management skill. Strategic and business management skill involve the ability to see high level overview of the organization and effectively negotiate and implement decision and action that support strategic alignment and innovation. This ability may include a working knowledge of other functions such as finance, marketing and operation. Strategic and business alignment skill may also include developing and applying pertinent product and industry expertise. This business knowledge is also known as a domain knowledge. So the project manager also need the strategic and business management skill. That means they also need the knowledge of the business. Then another explain to other the essential business aspect of the project. So work with the project sponsor team and subject matter expert to develop an appropriate project delivery strategy. Implement that strategy in a way that maximizes the business value of the project. The project manager should apply the following knowledge and information about the organization to the project to ensure alignment, strategy, mission, goal and objectives, priority, tactics, product or service. Then the leadership skill. The leadership skill involves the ability to guide, motivate, and direct the team. These skills may include demonstrating the essential capabilities such as negotiation, interpersonal skill, resilience, problem solving, communication, and critical thinking. So here's another skill he needs, the dealing with the people. The large part of the project manager role involves the dealing with the people. The project manager should study the people's behavior and motivation. The project manager should strive to be a good leader because leadership is critical to success of project in organizations. The project manager apply leadership skill and quality when working with the project stakeholders, including the project team, the steering team, and the project sponsor. Then quality and skills that are required to be a leader. The research shows that quality and skills of a leader is included, not limited to this, be a visionary. The project manager have to be a visionary. He will help to describe the product, goal, and objectives of the project. So he will able to dream and translate those dreams to others. That means project manager have to have a dream, and he has that capability or understanding to translate that dream, his dream, to the team members and other stakeholders. So being optimistic and positive, being collaborative, managing the relationship and conflict by building trust, satisfying concerns, seeking consensus, balancing competing and opposing goals, applying persuasion, negotiation, compromise, and conflict resolution skill, developing and nurturing personal and professional networks, taking a long-term view of the relationship are just as important as the project, and continuously developing and applying political acumen. These are the qualities and skills the project manager needs. And there is also some the communicating by spending sufficient time in communication. Research shows the top project managers spend 90% of their time for communication or in the project communication. Managing expectation, accepting feedback graciously, giving feedback constructively, and asking and listening. Being respectful, courteous, friendly, kind, honest, trustworthy, loyal, and ethical. Exhibiting integrity and being culturally sensitive and courteous, a problem solver and decisive. Giving credit to others where due. Being a lifelong learner who is result and action oriented. Then comparison of the leadership and management. The word management is most closely associated with the directing another person to get from one point to another point using a known set of expected behavior. In contrast, the leadership involves working with the others through discussion and debate in order to guide them from one point to another point. So project manager need to employ both leadership and management in order to be a successful. The following table compare the management and leadership on the several important levels. The management direct using the positional power. Direct using positional power. Maintain, administrate, focus on system and structure, rely on contract, focus on near-term goal, ask how and when, focus on the bottom line, accept status quo, do things right, focus on the operational issue and problem solving. In leadership, the guide, influence, and collaborate using the rational power. Guide, influence, and collaborate using the relational power. Developed, innovate, focus on relationship with people, inspire trust, focus on long range vision, ask how and why, focus on the horizon, challenge status quo, do the right things, focus on vision, alignment, motivation, and inspiration. Then leadership style. There is lot of factors, that there is number of factors that is influence the project manager how to will be his or her leadership style. Then one is will be the leader characteristics. So leader, what are the characteristics of the leader? That is attitude, mode, need, value, ethics. Then the team members characteristics also another consideration. The attitudes, modes, need, values, and ethics. Organizational characteristics, the purpose, structure of the organization, types of the work need to be performed. Then another thing is the environment in which the project team or project manager have to work. That is the social situation, economic state, political element. These are the things, all the things need to be considered. How will be the style of the project manager. Then there are a number of leadership style that the project manager can adopt. Some of the most common example of this style includes, but not limited to, the first one is the laissez-faire. Laissez-faire, allowing the team to make their own decision and establish their own goal. So far, it's referred to be taking a hands-off style. Here, the team will take their own decision. They will establish their own goal. Then, transactional. Transactional leadership style focus on the goals. They are the focus on the goal. They are also receiving the feedback accomplished by determined reward management by exception. Then servant leadership demonstrate the commitment to serve, put other people first, focus on their people growth, learning, development, autonomy, and well-being. Then concentrate on leadership, relationship, community, and collaboration. Leadership is secondary and emerges after service. Then formational leadership style. Here the empowering the follower through idealize of attribute and behavior. Inspirational motivation, encouragement for innovation and creativity, individual consideration. Then charismatic leader. Charismatic leadership style, the ability to inspire other, high energy. They have the high energy, enthusiastic, self-confidence, hold strong convictions. Then interactional. Interactional is a combination of the transformational, transformational, and charismatic. These three will be, all the characteristics of these three leadership style will be in the interactional leadership style. Then what will be the personality? What will be the personality of the project manager? The personality that refer the individuals in different in characteristic pattern of thinking, feeling, behaving. The personal characteristics are authentic, accept other for what and who they are, show open concern. Then courteous, ability to apply appropriate behavior and attitude. Then creative, ability to think abstractly, to see this differently, to innovate. Cultural, measured of sensitivity to other cultures, including values, norms, and beliefs. Emotional, ability to perceive emotion and the information they present and to manage them. Intellectual, measure of human intelligence over the multiple aptitude. Then marginal, measure of management practice and optional. Measure of management practice and potential. Political, measure of political intelligence and making things happen. Service oriented, evidence of willingness to serve other people. Social, ability to understand and manage people. Systemic, drive to understand and building system. These are the personality have to have within the project manager. So thank you. This was the role and skill, ability needs to be a successful project manager. If you want to need this presentation, then you have to go to the description of this video. Then you can download, you will get a link from where you can download this presentation. Thank you for watching this video.